So look, we've got to talk about this today because Giannis and Jaylen Brown trade talks are starting to heat up. It's looking like Jaylen Brown could be on his way out of Boston, and you already know that likely means Giannis is coming in there to replace him. I know the Heat are putting together a package along with some draft capital, but at one point Miami was even trying to bring other teams into the deal just to strengthen their offer. Because if Milwaukee can land a Jaylen Brown type of player, they feel like that's a solid move for them over the next few years. And I think Boston is also putting a lot on players who are coming off some pretty tough injuries. You know, this situation can really work out well, but it can also turn into one of those scenarios where Giannis's playing style starts to take a toll over time. Then we saw Tatum not participate in Game 7. He had come back last year and worked extremely hard to get himself ready, or I should say he pushed himself to return. But we also saw the other side of that, where he ended up getting really sore and couldn't suit up for Game 7. A lot has been made about what Jaylen Brown said. Stephen A. Smith and others have already reacted to it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the reactions coming in from around the league.
No. I mean, you are number 2 years in a row with what you have. You keep Jaylen, you keep Jason, and you build on that. Like, don't take that for granted. That's a winning combination.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say.
Where would you like to see Giannis end up?
I don't think I would want to see him in Boston for the simple fact that you probably going to have to give up JB, and I don't want to trade JB. If they show me that they can play together and win, they've been to 2 finals together.
I got that.
I'll tell them it ain't so. Tell me it ain't so. It ain't so. Tell me it ain't so. I'm looking on Instagram and Twitter. It's people on these apps that are actually saying Boston doesn't become better if Giannis doesn't go there. Y'all are on drugs. Man, if y'all don't package Jaylen Brown and some more pieces and some picks, man, and get Greek freaked up, man, you talking about probably one of the best teams, Giannis and Jason Tatum. Come on, man. With Coach Mazzulla, y'all done lost y'all damn mind, man. In the East, y'all done lost y'all damn mind.
They're considering making this move because they know that their number 2 or 1A, as we say, wants to be number 1. That's basically what he did. Jaylen Brown doesn't want to fess up to the fact that he told on himself. When you say getting bounced out in the first round of the playoffs and less than 24 hours after your season is over, when the city of Boston, of all places, not Memphis, not Utah, not Sacramento or something like that, Boston, when they are mourning your team going home in the first round and you haven't even had an opportunity to pass gas, and you're saying that was your favorite season?
But I'm so proud, and it was my favorite year of my basketball career. One, streaming with you guys, chat, was awesome. Like, being able to talk to y'all was like therapy every single day. You know what I mean? I mean, not every day, like once a week or whatever, what I was doing. Just to be able to get on here and give y'all the perspective and kind of, because, you know, these narratives be going left and right, just to hear it from the horse's mouth. But then also being able to just be a part of a group that just, through the uncertainty, came to fight and came to compete and came and went to war. I'll take a team like that any day of the week.
Oh, that still sticks at the craw of Boston Celtics fans. They don't like something like that. Boston Celtics know it, but most importantly, Jason Tatum knows it.
I'm somewhat grateful because I get to see some negativity that I didn't want, but that just gives more fuel to the fire. I get to see some, you know, comments or takes that I didn't even care to see, but it just gives me more fuel to the fire. So all the people that's doubting me, that want me to do this or want me gone or whatever, you turning me into a monster.
It's happening. I think it's either going to be to Boston or Miami. The Boston thing is the one. They were very cautious about putting Jaylen Brown in this an official firm offer. I believe they have. Jaylen Brown is on the table, and Jaylen Brown could get traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo in the short term.
Even if they don't trade him, it's over. Jaylen Brown, he got to get out of there.
Yeah, it's been looking, Sean's even said something earlier today that it's looking like it could be a 1-for-1 JB for Giannis. I don't know if the multi-team deal is going to work out. I know the Heat need that to happen. But so far, it's looking like the Celtics are back in the lead. I know we've been talking about this for a year. Down to them their last day. Where y'all think he's going to go? The Heat or the Celtics?
Sound like the Celtics, bro. Shit.
I don't even want him to go there.
I don't either, but that's what it sounds like he's going.
It might make more sense in Boston than Miami to me. For winning purposes.
When I really think about it, though, him and JT really can't play together.
it don't. I mean, they probably figure it out, but it just don't fit. Pause. Like,
It ain't a match made. It ain't a good match.
Damn.
Plus, I'm tired of JT having to play with superstars. I want him to have his moment, man.
Have his own squiddy?
Yeah, he ain't had his moment yet. Yeah, Jaylen Brown, another superstar. When he was there, when he first got there, Kyrie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kyrie came.
Yeah, he was Terry
Superstar.
Rozier. He wasn't a superstar, but he was.
You know what I mean? But
dog.
Kyle was there. Man, it's just, he ain't never really had a team just built all the way around.
So that's what Jaylen Brown had to say, guys. And now we really have to look back at a lot of moments from this season that people have been trying to pin on him. One of the main things I'm thinking about is when he said, or when he posted during the All-Star break, that they had the same record they did in previous years. Many people took that as a direct shot at Jason Tatum, but it's starting to look like it was more about something deeper between him and the organization, and him trying to prove he's a true 1A type star, not just a side piece. There's also this feeling that he hasn't always gotten the kind of organizational support he should have gotten when it comes to awards and recognition, things like Player of the Week, Player of the Month, and similar honors. And from his point of view, it feels like the entire league has been working against him in some way, or at least that's how it comes across when you look at it from the outside. Even USA Basketball decisions and internal team choices have often leaned toward Jason Tatum over him. And despite everything, he still won Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP, but he doesn't feel like he's getting the respect he deserves for those accomplishments. Because of that, I don't think the Celtics, if things really fall apart, can easily replace a player of Jaylen Brown's caliber. I know they're saying they're not shopping him and that this is a very specific situation, but at the same time, he's aware that he's being mentioned in trade conversations. He knows his name is out there in talks for a move right now. And at the end of the day, that's something you have to deal with and live with. If he doesn't get traded, it might still reach a point where they eventually move him somewhere else, because now they've shown he's a player who could even be included in a deal for someone like Giannis. As much as he contributed last season to keep the organization competitive, people still bring up the 3-1 lead collapse. But the way some fans see it, they say Jaylen Brown blew that lead. Still, that ignores the fact that they didn't have Drew Holiday, and they were missing a lot of key pieces. Even Al Horford's veteran presence and leadership weren't fully there in the same way, and last year they also didn't have the version of Kristaps Porzingis they had in earlier seasons, so the roster, roles, and structure were completely different. That's why he feels like he isn't getting proper respect for keeping the playoff run alive with that squad. He was even in MVP conversations throughout the year and delivered some of his best performances of his career. He's clearly still on the rise. And then you see that message he put out, directed at the organization and the critics doubting him, including voices like Stephen A. Smith and other analysts. Now, Jaylen Brown could really thrive in a different situation. If I'm looking at younger teams, there are a few that could make a serious push for him. Imagine a scenario where he gets moved and paired with Shai Alexander. That backcourt could be dangerous. They've got the assets to make something like that happen too, especially with salary matching pieces like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Jaylen Brown. You could also look at San Antonio. Would they be interested in bringing in Jaylen Brown as a veteran presence and championship-level player? A guy who can lock down tough assignments and bring playoff experience? Now you're talking about him alongside Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, creating serious defensive pressure on the perimeter. That might be overwhelming for a lot of teams. And it makes sense because most of those Spurs core players are still on rookie contracts, so financially it would be easier to absorb a big contract like Jaylen Brown's current deal. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about all this in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.